Community interview is made possible by Shaw and Associates.
I'm Dave Shaw, President and CEO of Shaw & Associates. For over 70 years, Shaw & Associates has been your trusted experts for wealth management, tax, accounting, and payroll. We change lives and inspire true wealth, one person, one family, one business at a time. Shaw & Associates is a wealth management investment firm that specializes in taxes, serving as a fiduciary, putting your interests first. You can find more information or schedule an appointment by calling 530-674-1150 or on the web at shawassociatesinc.com. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.
And we are grateful. This is a 7 o'clock interview. The people that get up for the 7 o'clock interview get extra special time off work today. They get to leave 2 hours early. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Perfect.
Yeah, but just enough time to get a little nap in, right, before you have to go back to work and do stuff at home, you know. So, Stephanie McKenzie.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing great.
You
Yeah,
brought
thank
two really cool people with you.
I did.
I know they're
They
really
are.
cool because I asked them and they said, yes, we are.
Yeah.
They were willing. They wouldn't say it about themselves, but they said each other was cool, which that works for me, right?
Totally works.
Would
Yeah.
you-
Yeah, they'll take it. Yes, two very cool individuals that work in the district office for Marysville Unified. I'm here representing community schools, and we're doing an event on Friday for TK registration. It's a time of year to be doing that, getting kids, enrolled, your TK and kinders, and then eventually preschool kids. So anyway, Zach and Lunden both work in the district office. Zach is the director of student welfare and attendance, right? And then Lunden is the coordinator for our after-school programs, ELOP and STARS and ACEs.
Wait. ELOP?
ELOP, extended learning.
Yeah, expanded learning. It's a
Oh,
term.
yeah, I want to be
So-
in the ELOP class, right? And acronyms we all use them.
Yeah.
And everybody has military. We had them. Everything was in an acronym, but it's really funny. So when people say things like that, I go, "Okay, what is that?" Right? That's really cool. So you do after school. You got to
Before
love
and
that.
after school. Yep, it's our expanded learning opportunities program. Yeah, and we have before school and we have after school till 6 p.m. Our STARS
Till
program.
6.
We have teachers that are doing specialty enrichment classes after school, and for this event, we are pre-enrolling some of the TK and kinders that come in. Since they're not in areas yet, they can't go through the regular registration for STARS, so we have a different registration that we'll have there open for them.
So, London, is that when you say after school and preschool? Would that include kids that are kindergarten or TK?
Yeah, so our
Yeah.
TK and kinders, they get out pretty early. And so,
That's why I asked.
Yeah, so we have a program that goes until 6 p.m.
Wow. All right, I'll sign up.
You're a little old, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll put you to work.
We'll do that intergenerational thing,
Yeah,
right?
we'll just
Here,
put you to
Grandpa,
work.
read them a story,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Which actually,
Absolutely.
the schools have done that. I got
Yeah.
invited more than once to go read a story. The kids love it. Well, if you're real animated, if
Yes.
you just are dry, they ignore you. So, Zach, and you help all the different ways to
Yeah.
get a child to school and make sure everything's cool when they're there.
Yeah, so I really oversee a lot of the attendance policies for the district, and I also help with enrollment. And this is really the reason I'm here for this event, is making sure that families get through that enrollment process. We find that sometimes families, this is for TK kids who basically are going to be 4 on September 1st.
Yeah.
So this is, if this is your first kid, this is their first time getting introduced to a school district, how it operates, how it works, and the goal of this is really being able to front load that so they can ask all the questions they can about what kind of vaccinations do my kid need, what kind of enrollment pieces, what kind of documentation do you need, if I don't have this document but I have this document, does that work? Those are hard to do in an online system.
Yeah.
And you kind of want to do a face-to-face and talk to people. So we really are hoping that we'll get those people to come in who maybe are concerned or are worried. Or maybe they're concerned about, a lot of people have trouble as they transition from, I'm a working parent and I have a child care that maybe does serve my kid till into the early evening. And what am I going to do when kindergarten gets out around noon? right? How is that going to affect my life? How am I going to make this work? And we find some families will say, well, then I'm just not going to send my kid to kindergarten, which is really detrimental for their academic growth and their development of language and all those pieces. So this is an opportunity for them to come. They get to meet Lunden. They get to say, okay, there is a way to make this work.
Yeah.
You do need to sign up. We do need to get things pulled together. It's not something we can figure out, day 3, day 4 into the school year. It's a little late at that juncture to start doing some of those things. So the goal of doing this in March is front-loading all that, getting all these things set up, answering all their questions so that they feel really confident about how successful their kid's going to be next year.
We had, when I had Mother Goose Preschool, we had 4-year-olds that could pass first grade.
Yeah.
I think we kind of limit them and say, well, you're 2, what can you learn? But there was a program, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it was where parents would, moms in particular, would start reading to their child while it was still in the womb.
Yeah.
And we always told parents that, reading to your kid, the greatest thing about that is it bonds you. You connect with them, and pretty soon they can do sight words. Because the parents say, they want to read the same book over and over.
Yes,
Yes they do. But then they begin to recognize it, and so it's really good. So what does TK stand for?
Transitional kindergarten. So
What
the
does that
idea-
mean?
So it's basically something the state instituted about, I don't know, it's been maybe 6 years since we've started it really, but the idea basically is we saw such a huge growth for kids who had enrolled in kindergarten or who had gone to a really high quality preschool that did have those academic focuses. Because you can have a high quality preschool that keeps your kid very, very safe, the kids have
Yeah.
a great time, but they don't maybe focus as much on the academics. And there's no knock on, there are definitely private preschools out there that do that, but not all. And we noticed that if they'd gone to like a Head Start program, or the state noticed if they'd gone to like a district run program that has to meet a little higher level standards in terms of academics they're doing, that those kids, when they hit kindergarten, were way more prepared. They were familiar with letters, they had familiar with books, they had gone through, they knew how to sit at the carpet to listen. All these things that just make school a little bit easier were there. So what the state said, hey, let's do this let's offer to every single kid in the state. Now, that basically was like adding an entire grade level. So what the state did is they rolled it out slowly. So every year they added like 2 months. So that's why it's taken us 6 years to get. So the first year they did it, it was really this very narrow window. You had to be 4 only during this one little chunk of time. And then they added 2 more months, 2 more months.
Okay, yeah.
And this last year it got all the way around. So basically, if you were 4 on September 1st, on or before September 1st, you are eligible for TK. If you are 5 on September, you are going to kindergarten. But
We had
now
to
it's now
explain to
eligible everyone.
parents over and over again, we're not a daycare. We're a school. Your child will be learning from the minute they walk through that door, because they were used to just going to child care. And Mother Goose Preschool had been around 50 years. And so we even though we had
I attended Mother Goose Preschool. And
you're not 50 yet.
35 and over. My children attended Mother Goose.
Yeah. And it was just important to us to that it was an education. And I remember when I first came there, I got there in '93, and I was just supposed to pastor the church, and they got, we got a school. You got a what? Is that going to be extra duty for me? Is it like, But I loved it. As a matter of fact, if somebody said, do you miss Mother Goose and Basics and Beyond? No, I miss the kids. Man, the kids they give you life.
They do. They
right?
keep you young.
They
for
also
sure.
take it away, but they. So TK is transitional kindergarten, and that can start at 4 years old.
Kids
right?
must be 4 before September 1st. So.
And then so they go to TK, which is really like preschool, right? Same concept. It's before kindergarten.
It is, and the idea is that it directly connects to the kindergarten year.
Got it.
So they build those skills. They're being taught by a credentialed teacher, same as what you'd have in a kindergarten class.
Yeah.
They're on the same campus. They were able to kind of do those supports as they get ready. So those kids then move into kindergarten, and if they had gone through a full year of TK, man, are they ready to go. By the time they hit kindergarten, they're doing great. The big piece that we have is that TK is still an optional grade level for parents. it's not required from like an attendance standpoint.
Well, kindergarten isn't either, is it?
It isn't. So this is
So
something we really want to
at what point
encourage.
does it become required, Zach?
At 6 years old is really the requirement. The
Oh,
state
so it's an age, not a. Got it.
correct.
God, I can't imagine. First grade, 6.
Yeah, but it's hard if we have a kid who's, I mean, just the difference between a kid who's been going every day since they were
There is.
4 years
Yeah,
old.
yeah.
And they've got 2 solid years of instruction versus the kid who walks in at 6. Now, ability is there, but just the nurture piece, the fact that they've had that experience, really give that kid a leg up, and it just helps them. It makes school so much easier. And we know that there's going to be tough points in a school academic career, but if we can mellow out some of those ones in the beginning, those kids are getting that basic instruction to start off with. The chance of them doing successful throughout elementary school and into high school and all that kind of stuff is set for them. That's
We
really
used
the
to
idea.
get different schools that our kids would go to, and they'd say, "We really appreciate it. Your kids can sit in a chair more than 6 seconds, right?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that was part of the learning curve,
Yeah.
right? It was all part of just adjusting to. This is school. We had little desks for them. They loved it, right? Because they were in school. Of course, then when they looked at the other end, they called it big school. They couldn't wait to go to big school, right? Cracked me up.
And TK is taught a little different than kinder. It's more play-based, and same as the after-school program. We do a lot of project-based learning, a lot of play, learning through play.
It's important to recognize that it's not just academics, right? When
Yeah.
we're in school, right? We're teaching them to be a community. We're teaching them how to get along with their peers. We're teaching them how to advocate for themselves in a respectful way. All those things are necessary skills that they're going to need no matter what they do, even after school, right? We think about in some ways, those are almost more essential.
Yeah, yeah. I'm out of school. It's like, oh, okay, you're still here.
We still want you to be a supportive member of your community, right? And be able to talk to people in a respectful way and work out conflicts and all those things. And so it is a lot of play base. It does look very much like you're going. It's not like regimented. They're not smacking rulers on desks and demanding everyone read. It is. If you go into
Did you go to
room, it's
Catholic
filled-
school?
Sounds like
I did. Boy, that sound. I actually
I think the
flinched when
ruler
you
was a dead
mentioned.
giveaway.
Don't say around a kid
I'm
that's
just
going
trying
to
to give a
Catholic school.
different image. It's a lot more fun. There's a lot more play. There's music. You go in there, and they're really
Don't
fun places to
mention
be.
rulers.
But if we ever have families that are curious about that and they say, hey, I just want to see
Yeah.
what a TK class looks like, they're welcome to do that. They're welcome to look up what their local school is and say, hey, can I come and just have a visit? We do want a little advance notice so we can let so the teachers know who this random adult is standing in the back of the room. But it is great for them to get an idea of seeing what kids look like, and especially right now where we're, basically 2/3 of the way through the school year, we can really see how much progress they've made.
Yeah. London, I want to talk to you just a minute because I'm looking at this, the registration fair, which I don't know who did this, but it's very childlike. Parents will see this and they'll go, I want my kid to go there.
That's cute.
Fun,
all
Yeah.
these great little things, right? But what I wanted to ask you is, so if somebody goes to this, they're going to get an opportunity to understand not just the registration for TK, but what after-school program is. They'll be able to talk to you about that.
Yeah, so we'll have an early registration. We do it based on a lottery, so we'll have people register, and then it's a lottery for the enrollment. But it just gives an opportunity for parents to ask me any questions about what our after-school program for TK and kinder look like. It's we have very qualified personnel that are a para-educator or higher, and they have a snack, a supper meal. We also give TK kinders a snack. There's physical activity, there's games. They do a lot of art, a lot of projects, a lot of STEM hands-on projects. They have a nap time or a sensory deprivation time, we like to call it. But like they've gone to school in the morning, they kind of need this quiet time because it's a go for those little guys. And so we've really acknowledged that they need just a reset. And so we just have a quiet time, and then they have a lot of fun.
We always felt like in our after school that whatever a child would normally be able to do if they went home, right, and mom and dad was there, so we did that, always made sure they had a quiet time, whether they thought they needed it or not.
Yeah.
They had a snack. Pablo had put together a homework club so they could have that done, because then we felt when they did go home, which is later, they could just spend time with their parents.
Family time.
And so after school programs are awesome.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you guys have put all those things into play so that they can have that. Because it's just unfortunate, but most families, both parents have to work.
Yeah.
And sometimes they only have one parent. And so they're working. And so here you guys are affording an opportunity to meet those needs at not just the, you know, babysitting level, right? It's like, oh, no, this is awesome.
We have a lot of staff trainings. Our staff know that we are part of the educational journey of our students. And also, I might say it's also free. So it does help economically with families, which is a big thing for our community.
There was a time when they first started that there was a charge. It was minimal.
It was probably before expanded learning. So expanded learning is pretty new, and it's been developed, and we're moving towards being able to serve more and more students and families.
So when you say there's a lottery, so not everybody's going to be able to get in.
Yeah,
so it's smart to get here early.
Right, and right now what we are constantly hiring. So if you look on edjoin.com, we have lots of different positions available. We have our TK kinder providers. It's a 6-hour position from 11:30 to 6, and we have regular school day or school age 1st through 6th grade. We have a 6-hour positions, 3.75, and for those people that may be going to school 1 or 2 days, we have a sub position where you can work 4 days a week, 3 days a week, 2 days a week, but that's all on EdJoin to apply for that.
Yeah,
you do need to have either 48 credit college credits or pass the paraeducator exam.
It's a fun bunch to be part of, too.
Yeah.
I think I watch and I think that would be a great department to work for. They all have a great time. The leadership is great.
Oh,
they do all kinds of fun activities.
That was nice.
We really value our people. They do an amazing job with our students.
It's a lot of work.
They do.
Yeah.
Right? The after-school programs are not easy. You know, it's not like, oh, I'm going to get there and I'm just going to sit down and play on my phone.
No, it's a go.
You will be active.
Yeah,
really active. And I don't know if you've seen the advertisements for the intercession programs that they do, summer programs and intercessions. And the last one was it Olympic theme or something?
Yes,
they
we
had
had
local
Olympians
come in. So they really do a lot of connection with the community resources and people. And so there's a lot of opportunity if you're in the community and you want to connect with our after-school programs. If you think you have something to offer, that would be great. Call Lunden.
So is it at every school? So every school in
17
Marysville?
school sites. It's ELOP is for kids TK through 6th grade.
And so no matter what school the kids are going to, so I guess what I'm trying to find out is if they go to this event, does it matter what school their kids go to?
No.
Got it. So this covers all the schools. Perfect.
And then we will also be sending out registration through Parent Square when it's open to everybody. We'll send that out. Parent Square, there'll be a sign up also on our Marysville Joint website, and there'll also be one at your school site. So if your children go to Covalad, you can go to Covalad. You can find the STARS registration once we open that.
But this is exciting.
Yeah,
it's exciting. You get an opportunity. I mean, I can say that because I was involved, with preschool and that, and I just see the difference in kids. Everything changes. And
we really want them connected to school.
So Zach, what you were talking about, man, if it starts early, I mean, and I know, and some people would say, well, my child's too young to go. Your child is not too young. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, unless it doesn't meet. If
there is an age.
If they're still in diapers, Zach is not willing to change diapers.
We will have preschool there as well to kind of talk about it. If you don't quite make that threshold, we do have a district-wide preschool programs that are at quite a few of our elementary schools. And so that's another way where we'll have kids go to preschool, and they just have to be 3 by December 1st, before December 1st. So that's a little different time frame, but that's another option. Sometimes we'll actually have families that will decide between preschool or TK. The state
Yeah,
does allow them
yeah.
to kind of pick which one serves them better. Sometimes it works better with their schedules. Preschool will do like an afternoon class, and for some families, depending on their work schedule, an afternoon class might work really great, whereas TK is pretty standard, in the morning, just the first half of the day. And so sometimes that's better. So we'll have those options there at the program too for parents to talk to if they're curious and what's the advantages and disadvantages of each one, and pick what works best for them and their family.
And the event is at Covalad Preschool, so the families will get a chance to actually be on the preschool campus and
there
see
you
what
go.
it's like, see what kind of things. We're going to have lots of community resources there. Our first 5 will be there with all their information. They do assessments and early interventions, so they have those resources. We'll have our Children's Home Society and the Child Care Planning Council. They're going to have toileting information, so if you're at that age of potty training, so they're going to have people who do that all the time and have lots of great tips for doing that and resources.
It is a process.
Yeah. Probably should shout out the address. It's 610 8th Street in Marysville. It's
Yep.
at the Covalad Preschool.
Starting at 8:30, and we're going to have busing from the schools that are out in Olivehurst and Linda.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I saw that. That was on there, and I went, man, that's going to help a lot of parents.
Yeah. So they can catch the bus at 8:30 in the morning at the schools that are listed on the flyer, but I'll just say them: Johnson Park, Arboga, Ella, Olivehurst, Cedar Lane, and Edgewater, and Linda. And then the bus will leave Covalad School at noon and take everybody back if you came from a school site.
This
So
is just a
that'll be
great
great.
opportunity for parents. I always think it's one thing to be concerned about your child and their education, but you're the parent. And the more that you're involved and know what's going on, having a chance to meet you guys and say, oh, okay, these are the people doing this, I just think that's huge. I think that's a huge plus for a parent, and that you guys are like opening the door and say, come meet us.
Yeah.
Come hang out with us, right? And we'll, any questions you have, we're going to make sure you get the answers. May not be the answer you want to hear, right? Because it's like, oh no, that doesn't run. You mean I can't leave my child overnight? No, that's a whole different realm.
We also have some swag for those that show up.
Oh,
Yes.
swag!
Swag.
Check
Oh,
it
look
out.
at that!
We were in the boardroom putting all these together yesterday. But this is we want to help everybody, feel ready for school, get excited about school. And so we've got all kinds of fun things in here, activity books,
It's a little backpack.
markers. Yeah, the backpack is just kid size, just that size for those little guys. So everybody all the children who come will get one of those. We have also going to be some books that we're giving out too.
We're
And
giving out books. Pete the Cat, new school shoes book.
That's
yeah,
really
so
cool.
everybody's going to have a great time. We'll have some snacks there and just fun things to do. So fun people. I think you guys are going to have an activity going on with the Stars After School program. We'll have some activities happening there for kids, and it's going to be a good time. Vision screening, there have information for immunizations and possibly immunization van there for Harmony Health patients.
I think
So-
that's great because, anymore, even we were at the school, they wanted to check my immunizations, right? You had to go back. Do you guys remember that when they had to make sure that you had those? Fortunately, because of the military, I had my shot card.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they
right.
were able to go back, and then they had a deal. VA would take my blood and be able to tell them, did I ever have those shots? Which was, that process is expensive. Fortunately, I already paid for it. But anyway. But yeah, it's really great for parents to know that, because if it's changed, what's the current, what immunizations does my child have to have? And I love the backpack, because have you ever seen the little guys carrying the 500-pound backpack?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a nice little backpack.
The
that
backpacks
works.
are bigger than they are.
I know.
practically, yeah.
And you see they're all bent over, man. It's like, how many books do you have in that,
Yeah.
That's really good. Well,
Yeah,
guys,
that's
thanks
great.
so much. This
Absolutely.
is
Thank you.
just killer stuff for kids and parents. And appreciate you guys, the job you do. I'm glad that I'm not in school anymore. I've already done my however many years you have to do to get a degree. I do have to tell you this. They were retraining me. I got hurt in construction. And so they they sent me, I had to take a whole battery of tests, right? And they said the job that I would most like was truck driver. Okay, interesting, right? And then they sent me to take the CBEST. They said, you got a degree, you could be a teacher. I never did it. I know I took the CBEST, I passed it, but I never did it. And I would have people say, why don't you sub? Even my kids now, why don't you sub? And it's like, I'm 75. I get done here, I want to nap. They don't allow you to nap in a classroom as a sub. And so, but man, thank you guys for what you do. Thank you, because it is important, significant, not just for the generations coming, but for the parents, hardworking parents, that they really need to know and be comfortable. My child is in a place where they're safe and warm, but like you had said, Zach, but they're learning something.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Kudos to whoever invented the program. And whoever made that flyer. That is a cool flyer. So.
It was a combined effort. Yeah.
Would you
Very
show
cute,
it?
yeah.
All right. Any
Lots
last words or anything I forgot, Steph?
Just a reminder that it's this Friday. It's from 8:30 to noon. It's at Kovalod Preschool. And again, all are welcome. If you've got a kid who's in that range, who's going to TK, that's our target population. But if you're just new to the district or just curious about what it's going to look like, come get your questions answered. It's a great time to meet people face to face. It'll be well worth your while, and you get a goodie bag for your kid, which is always great too. So.
Some people are just coming for the bag.
I would. There's good stuff in there.
You better make it clear, Zach. They have to bring a child. Okay.
We do want to we want to know you actually have a kid. Yes, that is part of it.
All right. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
This community interview is made